I learned two things from Delroy that I've never forgotten. The first thing was that a loaf of wheat bread, a jar of honey, and a jar of peanut butter was all you need to survive.
We were students back then, y'all.
We were students. And you explained to me all the nutritional value and everything. Like he was like some health nut. Like, you know, bastard. It looks exactly the same. I remember, yeah, I mean, he looked like this 50 years ago. He looks just the same now. So get your peanut butter. The second thing I learned was our first, this is at the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. Your first, you know, what do you call that audition? Your first scene that we do is like big pressure. You're gonna, now it's scene doing day. And, you know, you do the scenes, and Ed Hastings and what's the guy, Bill Ball, and everybody.
Yeah, these people around ACT.
Analyze your stuff. And Delroy, this God's honest truth, Delroy did his scene, and they had no notes. They were like, you know, I don't know if you remember this, they were like, well, okay then. They had notes for me. They had no notes. And that was the second thing that I learned. Like I said, the first thing I learned was the nutritional value of peanut butter and stuff. The second thing I learned, which is really the first, is that there's levels to this thing called acting. I thought I was pretty good. I was, you know, coming from undergrad, I'm, you know, big. But then I saw Delroy, and I was like, whoa, okay, I gotta go home and work.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm just telling the truth. I mean, you know, so cliche, one of the finest actors, I don't know how to put it. There's a purity to Delroy, his discipline, his attention to detail, his spirit. And in those days, he was always, it's like things bothered him, which I admire.
Still do.
They still do. Like, the first thing he said, Delroy, what do you think about that? And his first thing would be, he's always, but I realized, or I came to realize, that he had a filter to him that he had to tell the truth. And I began to understand that that's what I was trying to figure out about his acting, is that there's a foundation and a purity and an honesty and an integrity that's undeniable. And something,
Yeah.
and something to reach for. So, okay, enough about that. Everybody asks this question, but I've never done this before, so I'll ask it. How'd you get started? What made you want to become an actor?
I will answer that question, but on the heels of what you just said, I've told this story, what I'm about to say. I've said this in various public forums, but I've never said it in front of Denzel, in the company of Denzel. There are two things that I remember, and I will get to your question, I promise, but there are two things that I remember that always stick in my mind about Denzel and how far we go back. He and I, as students at ACT, we stood on the corner of like Leavenworth and Sutter, downtown San Francisco, and we were talking about our aspirations for our careers. We're students, right? We're young kids, and we're talking about our aspirations for our careers. And one of the things that I remember saying to you was, I don't ever want to be in competition, man. There should be space for all of us. And the fact that I've maintained that ethos is one of the reasons that I've been able to appreciate the extraordinary things that this man has done. Because to the extent that he talks about what he appreciates about me as an actor, right back at you, bro. And that's been proven. And I have to say this, and this is maybe counterintuitive, that would be true, awards or no awards. That feeling, that appreciation would be true, whether you've gotten awards or not. Let me just say one more thing. And the second thing, this was really, I was living in New York. You were in town working, and I was going through. I told this story in response to somebody asking me if I had ever felt like I wanted to stop acting. And I have never felt like I wanted to stop acting, okay? But there was a period in New York where I was kind of New Yorked out. I was up the hill with New York City. And I was walking up Fifth Avenue, actually walking down Fifth Avenue, and there's hordes of people coming at me, and I gotta get out of here. You were doing something in the park, I believe. We connected, and I was telling Denzel about the frustrations I was having at the time, and one of the things I said, well, man, I gotta get out of here, man. And this man, and I've said this before, and I'll say it to you right now, this man said to me, D, don't leave, man, don't leave. You're too good. You're too good. This will turn around for you. Do not leave. And that was one of the kind of linchpins at that particular point in my career that I got some encouragement from a friend. And it was the difference between, I don't remember what my next job was, but the point was, I hung in there. And part of the reason that I hung in was based on what you told me. So any actors in the room, no matter what, creatives, hang in, no matter what's happening, hang in. To your question, Denzel, to your question, how I got started.
Before you answer that, there is a nominal fee for that.
I'm gonna write you a check, man. It's gonna be in the mail.